Welcome to our deep dive. Today, we're looking at a car that really claims to uh, shatter the value equation, the BYD F3 2026. The big question we're tackling, the one you've all been asking, is pretty simple. Does this car genuinely offer the best economic value for the absolute lowest price?
And that's our mission today. We have to be, really rigorous here. To see if that value claim holds up, we need to look at where BYD made compromises. And more importantly, we need to scrutinize its core systems, especially when it comes to security and safety.
Right. So to set the scene for everyone, this is an economical sedan. It's aimed squarely at the budget-conscious buyer. It runs on a pretty straightforward 1.5-liter engine, and it produces a modest 108 to 109 horsepower. Okay, let's unpack the economics first. The main draw is definitely the pricing. We're talking a starting price around 650,000 Egyptian pounds for a locally assembled manual version. That puts it in a whole different league from its competitors.
It really does. And on top of that, the sources all highlight its fuel efficiency. It's clocking in somewhere between 6.2 and 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers.
That's a huge advantage. I mean, for anyone focused purely on minimizing running costs, that's almost unbeatable.
It is, but what's fascinating is that the low price sort of forces it into this strict city-only performance profile. That 109 horsepower is, it's functional, it's reliable for your daily commute, but the trade-off with acceleration is pretty glaring.
How slow are we talking?
You're looking at 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 11.5 to 13 seconds. And if you go for the automatic CVT version, you get that common issue.
The humming sound.
Exactly. That noticeable hum when you push the engine, plus a pretty sluggish response.
What about the inside? I've heard it's surprisingly spacious.
It is. The sources say it's practical for a small family. Good rear legroom, and the trunk is a decent 430 to 470 liters. And this is a big but, the sources are very consistent on the quality compromises, a heavy reliance on hard, low-quality plastics.
So the highway is where it really falls apart.
That's where the experience suffers, yeah. One source actually described it less as a drive and more as a prolonged argument with the wind because of the poor noise isolation.
Ouch. Okay, so that brings us to the most critical part of this. Safety and security.
Right, let's pivot to that. The basic foundation is there, which is essential for any car in 2026. You get dual front airbags, which is standard, plus you have an anti-lock braking system, ABS, to stop the wheels from locking up, and Electronic Brakeforce Distribution, EBD, to balance the braking.
Well, wait, if we're calling this the best value, doesn't it kind of undermine that claim if crucial safety features are optional? You have to stretch your budget for the higher trims just to get electronic stability control, the ESC, and a tire pressure monitoring system.
That's the critical distinction the sources make. And we really need to add some context on crash testing.
It hasn't been tested by the big global bodies, right?
Exactly. As an economy car, it rarely gets put through severe evaluations from, say, Euro NCAP. We have to look at local tests like CNCAP on older generations that use the same platform, and those showed only an acceptable level of basic protection. Acceptable just means it meets the minimum legal standard. It lacks robust, high-speed protection.
And it's completely missing modern assistance systems.
Completely. No advanced driver assistance systems or ADS, so no lane departure warning, no automatic emergency braking, nothing like that.
So putting it all together, what's the verdict for you, the person trying to make a decision? The F3 is reliable, it's fuel efficient, but it's built for one thing: cost minimization. Our sources give it an overall anticipated score of about 6.5 out of 10 relative to its price, making it a strong value proposition, but strictly for city driving.
I'd agree. If absolute value, low maintenance, and efficiency are your top priorities, the F3 works. It delivers on that promise. But if you prioritize highway driving or responsive performance or, crucially, modern safety tech, then the compromises are pretty significant, especially next to rivals like the Nissan Sunny or the Chery Arezzo 5.
And that leaves us with one final thought for you to consider. Given that the F3 relies so heavily on basic reliability and its low price, how much is the peace of mind from those advanced safety features, that ADS technology, in its competitors, truly worth to you when you're on a really tight budget?